Hello, everyone. It is Brenda. Happy Thursday. I apologize for being late getting started. I was trying to go live on my actual computer, but I was unable to. So I am here live via mobile, my cell phone. So, first of all, again, like I said, happy Thursday. I hope that you guys are doing all right during this quarantine. I just thought I would check in with you guys to say hello and to encourage, for us to encourage each other, and for me to give you some ideas on what you can do to get through this quarantine. Again, I apologize for the delay. The purpose for this live is for me to give you some ideas on how to cope through this, okay? So, as always, I start off with a motivational quote. So, the motivational quote is by someone who is anonymous, and it reads, "Do something today that your future self will thank you for." Okay. And I love that because it encourages me to stay focused on preparing for tomorrow, or preparing for a better tomorrow, I should say. Thank you so much for watching. Again, this is Brenda Douglas, self-love and confidence coach and stress remedy coach, I should say. So here's some ideas that you can do. First of all, write a book, write an article, or write a blog post. So put those writing skills to work and listen. I tell you what's a great idea, something that I thought about is writing your story or your version of what is going on today so that your grandkids can read your perspective on what is happening now, because never in history have we gone through such a pandemic as we are going through today. So write your account, write your story so that your children's children, grandchildren, or your ancestors can read about what happened in today. And listen, I want to encourage you to stores. Go into the stores, take a picture of those empty shelves, take a picture of people walking around with masks. Make your story great, okay? So that is going to be the challenge. I'm going to do the same thing, okay? So that's going to be our challenge. We're going to write our version of what is happening today, so that years from now, people can read our account of what's happening. Okay, so again, you're going to go into the stores. That's how I knew that it was real. We went into the stores to buy some groceries. We had heard about the toilet paper being empty, the people buying up the water. But I didn't take it serious. I'm like, okay, big deal. So we go into the store and the shelves are empty. The freezers, the fresh meat, the fresh vegetable, like everything was just gone. The shelves were bare. Okay, so I want to encourage you to go into those stores right now and take a picture of the shelves, take a picture of those bare shelves, and take a picture of people, again, walking around with their masks and gloves. You are going to write an account of what you see happening today. Also use the, I was reading an article, WUSA. I was reading an article about, like, it was given like every, actually it was given an account from start to finish. So every day there was a different account of what was happening. Again, you want to pinpoint, you want to pull from sources so that when you write your story can be good. Again, those of you who are just joining us, my first tip is for you to write a book or article or blog post. And what I want to do is, and you can write on anything you want, of course, but what I really want you to do, and what I want to challenge all of us to do, is to write our story or our version of what's happening during this pandemic, okay? Excuse me. So again, you're going to go into the stores, take a picture of the empty shelves, and I want you to take a picture of people wearing their face mask, and I want you to write your account, okay, of what is happening in this day in history, this time in history. Okay, I want you to write a picture of the stores, or write about the stores being shut down. Write about how it's affecting our economy. In other words, the Olympics having to cancel, the sporting events having to cancel, I want you to write all of that stuff down, okay? Write your account of this pandemic and what is happening today, okay? So that's the first thing. Do some writing, okay? And then you're going to, another thing you can do is pick a new, okay? I have been over here. Oh my. I have been wanting to decorate cell phone covers. Hold on for a second. Let me see if I can get it. Hold on. I'm coming. My sinuses are bothering me. Okay, so I have been telling myself that I am going to take up a new hobby to not only create another source of income, but to also just have a stress relieving activity to do. So during this time of my being bored, I decided to decorate some cell phone covers. So I'm going to show you guys. This one is incomplete, but so I want to encourage you to choose a hobby. And also, I want you to think in terms of a hobby that you can monetize. A lot of your hobbies and your passions can be monetized, okay? So I'm just bored. So I decided to decorate some cell phone covers. I had these covers around forever. So you see? Okay, so I want you to encourage you to choose a hobby. Some more covers. But I want to encourage you to choose a hobby, and all hobbies actually can be monetized if you use them correctly, if you do it correctly. But choose a hobby, pick a hobby, start a hobby that you can monetize, okay? Because listen, in this day and age, you need multiple streams of income. There's no such thing as a job being able to carry you through and have an abundance life. You need multiple streams of income. That's why you see millionaires who have maybe hair products. Well, they do what they do, but they may act or something like that. Like, for example, the Real Housewives of Atlanta. I love that show. I love that show, okay? But those women, they're entrepreneurs, and they also have multiple streams of income. Okay, so they're actresses on this show, but then they also may own a boutique. They may have a hairline, or they may have let me see, what else do they have? A Candy has like a recording where she produces music. So you want to create multiple streams of income, and having a hobby in addition to having a job, a hobby that you can monetize in addition to the job, will help you with that. Okay. So we're going to pick a hobby or something that you've been meaning to do and you haven't done it yet. Oh, excuse me, sinuses. So pick a hobby and something that can be, and you're going to think in terms of monetizing that hobby, okay? Take an online class. That's another thing that you can do right now during these times. It will help you self-improve. Take a class. Has classes that are like $10 or sometimes even less than that. So you want to take maybe an online class. Of course, you can't take any classroom classes, but you can do online classes right now so that you can keep your mind stimulated during this time. These are trying times right now, and these are uncertain times, but it does not mean that you can't continue to grow. Okay, so take an online class. There's another one, if I remember correctly, takeaclass.org or something like that. But anyway, do a Google search. Google knows everything. So do a Google search and find some online classes, okay? Another thing you can do, and what I absolutely love to do, is go for a walk. Okay, excuse me. go for a walk. And for those of you who have puppies or dogs, I have 2 puppies. For those of you who have puppies or dogs or children even, take them with you. Okay, take them with you. It'll get them out of the house, and then also it will help you. Okay, now doing this walk, and for those of you who are just joining, we're talking about some things that you can do to get through this quarantine, some positive things that you can do to occupy your mind and to cope and get through these trying times. Okay, so we've already mentioned you're going to write your version of what is happening today, so that years from now, people that you know or your family members can read about it, or you can submit it to get some money. Okay, so you're going to write about your version of this pandemic, and you're going to take pictures of the empty grocery store shelves, and you're going to take pictures of people wearing their masks. You're going to make the today in history the way it is. Like, you're going to really portray it. Okay, so that's our challenge at the end of this. That's what we're all going to do. Okay, I'm going to make it a challenge because I'm so excited. Don't forget the empty grocery store shelves, and then also what's happening in terms of the sports world, what's happening in terms of the casinos, everything that's shutting down that usually brings in millions and thousands of dollars. Okay, you're gonna write about that in your article, your blog post, or your book. Okay. So also I mentioned picking a hobby. You're going to choose a hobby, one preferably that you can monetize, which most hobbies you can monetize, but you're going to think in terms of monetizing, okay? Then you're going to take an online class. So for those of you who are just joining us, that's where we are now. And next, I was just saying, you're going to go for a walk, okay? And you're going to practice, of course, social distancing. So you're not going to go anywhere where there are people congregated. Remember, 10 people or less. But remember that it only takes one person to infect. Okay, so we're going to practice safety above all. Okay, while you're going for this walk, I usually cross the street if I see people coming towards me when I'm walking my puppies. But you're doing this walk, what I want you to do is I want you to take a mindful walk. Now, what that means is you're being mindful of what is going on around you, both internally and externally. So in terms of your, when you're walking, in terms of your internally, you're going to think of in terms of how are you feeling? How is your body feeling? You know, how are you cold? Are you warm? Are your arms swinging? You're going to pay attention. It's pretty much you're being conscious of what's going on around you. What sights do you see? Are the trees swaying? You know, do you see birds? What are the birds doing? You're taking a mindful walk. You're being mindful of everything that's taking place around you, especially in regards to nature. Okay, the size of the trees. I love that. Looking up at the trees to see how enormous they are. Just reminds me that there's something greater than I am. Okay, so you're going to be mindful. The sounds, the sound of the birds, the sound of the trees swaying, the sound of the wind if you hear it. Okay, even the cars, just everything that's going on around you. So you're going to take a mindful walk, okay? Another thing you can do during these trying times of quarantine is you can write a letter to your future self, okay? Every 5 years, you should be assessing where you are now and where you want to go. Every 5 years, you should be doing this, and every 2 to 3 years even, to assess where you are. But I want you to write a letter to your future self, and I want you to put it away. No, I'm sorry. Before you write that letter, I want you to decide where you want to be in let's say 2 to 5 years. And then I want you to write a letter today. And then I want you to put it aside for a year, because what you're going to do in a year is you're going to open up that letter to see if you're on track to where you want to head. Okay. So for those of you who are just joining us, again, we are talking about some things that you can do to cope during this quarantine. We're talking about some ways that you can continue to self-improve and to be a better version of yourself without apology or permission, of course. Okay, so we discussed our biggest challenge, and what we're all going to do is we're going to write our version of this pandemic. Okay, so you're going to write your story. You're going to go into the stores. You're going to take pictures of the empty shelves. You're going to take pictures of people wearing masks. You're going to take pictures of the empty buses or the closed signs and businesses. You're going to take those pictures, you're going to create your version of that, and you're going to write it in a book, or article, or a blog post. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is this is a good one for me. You're going to brush up on your cooking skills. It's a good one for me because I'm not really excited about cooking, guys. And when I cook, I have a real bad problem with processed food. I have a real bad problem with just popping open a can, and those things are not healthy. Okay, so I want to challenge you, and what I've been challenging myself to do is to cook fresh. Okay, cook fresh and try new recipes. Okay. I have a crock pot or instant pot, I think it's called, that I absolutely love. So try doing different cooking tools that you may have that you probably have just laying. Try new recipes, okay? That will help occupy your mind, and it'll help you feel good about yourself. So let's see. What you can do is challenge yourself to get out of your comfort zone, even while you are at home. Yes. I've heard this quote once, and I absolutely love it. It's life begins at the end of your comfort zone. Okay. And then there was another one, and it says something to your comfort zone. Nothing grows in your comfort zone. Okay. So you want to challenge yourself, even while you're at home, to get out of your comfort zone. So writing your version of this pandemic could be getting out of your comfort zone. Okay. Doing a live video. This is new to me, guys. This is totally new to me. So again, it is challenging me to get out of my comfort zone. Okay, so you want to look for ways to challenge yourself to get out of your comfort zone. Some of you are in Facebook groups and you never comment, you never write your version, you never go on as a blog post guest, you never get interviewed, you never choose to be interviewed on Facebook lives or podcasts. Challenge yourself to get out of that comfort zone and just do it. There's this quote that I absolutely love, and it says something like, every expert was once a beginner. I absolutely love that. Expert was once in other words, you have to start somewhere. Okay, you have to start somewhere, and you have to push yourself beyond your comfort zone in order to become a better version of yourself, again, without apology or permission. And that's the number one thing. Okay, practice positive thinking. Oh my God, this is so important right now. Why? Because during this pandemic, you're watching the news, you're seeing posts on the Facebook, and you're seeing, okay, so and so number of people have died. You're seeing, the emergency rooms can't fill the spaces. Like, there's so much negativity right now. I'm not a news person myself, but I really admit that I have been staying on top of this pandemic ever since I went into that grocery store and saw how empty it was. So anyway, you want to constantly practice positive thinking, okay? You don't want to think in terms of, oh my God, I'm going to die. Oh my God, my job. What am I going to do? I don't have my job. You have to be patient with yourself, be patient with the situation. This is new to all of us, okay? The governors and the governors and the lawmakers are putting things in position so that we can be all right, okay? So you want to practice positive thinking. You want to assume the best, okay? You want to assume a good outcome. Not we in America, we Americans have gone through tragedies, and we've outcome it, we've overcome it. Okay, so this is no different. Okay, we just want to keep our physicians and our researchers in our prayers, okay? Our leaders, we want to keep them in our prayers, and we want to keep our family covered in prayer, okay? So we want to practice positive thinking. Negative thoughts, listen, one thing about negative thoughts is that they will come. They will inevitably come. That it's a given, okay? But they don't have to stay, okay? So let the thought come, okay? But don't dwell on it, okay? Let it come, but then dismiss it or pray on it. You know what I mean? But don't worry, okay? And I know that's easier said than done, okay? But the point is, you need to practice positive thinking. Ask yourself, is this thought working for me, or is this thought working against me? Okay? Again, practice positive thinking during this time, especially. Discipline your mind. The thought will come, but it doesn't have to stay. The choice is yours, okay? Okay, so look for opportunities to laugh and share posts that invokes laughter. Share videos you want to follow. You're welcome to follow my page, which is Laugh Therapy for Stress, which has nothing but funny posts up there. But the point is, you want to look for opportunities to laugh and to be happy, because you want to consume your mind with positive things. Some of you are in situations and live in situations where you're not really happy, okay? So, but the happiness is your personal choice. You can't give that to someone else. No one else can make you happy. You have to do that on your own, okay? You have to be responsible for your happiness, okay? So, having said that, we want to look for opportunities to laugh and to be happy. I tell you, there's an old show. It's called Martin, and I'm telling you that show is old, but it still makes me laugh. Okay, tap into your childhood. Also, I love cartoons. I'm gonna be honest. I love Disney. I love anything where they're singing. I love anything where happy, the birds are chirping. That's my kind of movie. I love them. Okay, so you want to tap into that, so that you can again be positive and you can laugh and you can be happy, because you have to focus on happiness, especially during this time of uncertainty. Okay, some of you, it may be a good idea to do a digital detox. Now, that's easier said than done, I know, because I love social media, okay? But sometimes it may be a great idea to just do a digital sorry guys, I don't know what just happened. Your timeline could be someone else's lifeline. Okay, so if you are looking at your Facebook timeline and all that scrolling is negativity or perversion or just cruelty, you may want to think what's on your timeline, and you may want to unfollow some people. Sometimes you may want to, and again, unfollow doesn't mean unfriend, but sometimes you don't want to feed your mind with such negativity, especially not in this time of uncertainty, okay? So be mindful of that. Be careful of what you follow. And then also, like I said, some of you may have to do a digital detox where you kind of give yourself maybe a time, like maybe 30 minutes on social media, or you may have to give yourself a day. Only you know that. Only you know what's best for you. But some of you, you may want to try doing a digital detox and taking a break from not only social media, but TV. One of the things I love to do sometimes is I love to listen to and feed my spirit with something that does not have words. So it could be classical music. Excuse me for a second. It could be classical music that I'll listen to, no words. It could be jazz music, again, no lyrics, just the instrumental. Sometimes if you go on, not sometimes, you can also go on to, hold on, my phone is doing something weird. The other thing you want to do is practice gratitude, okay? You want to practice gratitude, okay? Now, we're all not happy about this quarantine because we're used to going about our business. We're used to going about doing things, even in terms of going to the park or to the store or just going out and about. And so having to be Stuck in the house is not always the best, okay? But in this time, you want to practice gratitude. You want to be grateful that, first of all, you even have a home to go home to, okay? You want to be grateful that you have kids who can carry on your legacy, or who you can mold to be responsible beings that make a positive contribution to society. Okay, so you just want to practice being grateful. Lord, I thank you for this bed that I have to sleep in. Father, I thank you for this roof over my head. I thank you that I'm able to pay my bills. I thank you that I have food in the refrigerator. I thank you for these kids, Lord God. Even though they're trying to me, I thank you for giving me the opportunity to have them, because there's some people who can't even have kids, but I thank you that you've given them to me, okay? So you want to practice gratitude, and you can write them down if you want. Write the list if you need to, and say them out loud to yourself whenever you need to go in the bathroom, shut the door, get in your bathtub with the candles and the scents, and say what you're grateful for out loud, okay? Okay, keep that water in your body. Keep that water in your body. And I don't mean 8 ounces. I just learned it has to be like 2 liters or close to it. Yeah, I'm not a water drinker, but you have to drink water, okay? So drink water. Again, practice gratitude. Say affirmations. Affirmations. I love affirmations. So you want to say affirmations again, or affirmations are simply positive statements. For those of you who are just joining, we are discussing ways that you can cope during this and also grow. Okay, our challenge, or one of the things we're going to do, our assignment, our action item, which is what I'm excited about, is writing your version of this pandemic. Okay, so you're going to go in the grocery stores, take a picture of the empty shelves. You're going to take a picture of the closed signs on the businesses. You're going to take a picture of people walking around with the mask. You are going to capture exactly what's happening in today in history, okay? So that years from now, when you look back, or your kids look back, or your kids' look back, they'll understand what happened. And some of you are going to be able to, or you should, sell your story to get some money, okay? So we've gone over some things. The other thing you want to do is do some reading. Okay. And reading can be articles. It could be online. It could be, some of you have books laying around the home. You can pick up those books and start reading. Again, you want to keep the mind stimulated. Okay. Read some magazine articles. Read some online articles. So do some reading during this time. Okay. Okay. So the other thing you might want to do is vision board. Okay, now this vision board can be for next year, like your goals for next year, or it can be your goals for 5 years, or it can be your long-term, short-term goals, what have you. Just write down, just create different ways that you can create this vision board. Okay, I've done a hard copy vision board, excuse me, and I've also used Pinterest to do an electronic vision board. Go to image out images to put on this vision board, and then words you can clip out and then create your vision board, so that you can encourage you to print it out, or have my planner on my I'm sorry, I was trying to think hold on for a second, let me see if I oh man, I hope I didn't leave it at work, Lord Jesus. Oh my. So I thought I had it up there, but I guess not. It must be. Okay. So you can take your planner. I have a planner that I have, a law of attraction planner, and I cut out some images and I put them in my planner. Okay. So, yeah, I've been home a little too long, but anyway, anyway, print. So there are different ways that you can create this vision board. Just be creative with it and just have fun. Okay. Okay, listen, I want to encourage you because one of the things this thing has really taught me, and it will make some people, I'm sure, has made some people grateful, is to think of a business startup. What type of business can you start up? Again, it is wise to have multiple streams of income. Okay, so use this time right now to think of what other stream of income can you create. I've read this quote one time that says the average millionaire has 7 streams of income. Okay, so the question is, how many streams do you have? Okay, and there are many, many different ways that you can create streams of income. So and it could be, again, through a hobby. I just started photography and I just submitted to do Getty images. And excuse me. And then I have the cell phone covers, and there are other things that I want to do besides coaching and then a regular job. Okay, so the idea is for you to create multiple streams of income. Okay, and sometimes you have to let your job fund, FUND, your passion until your passion becomes your job. Right now, I'm sure that those people who had started online business in particular, are very grateful that they had the alternate stream of income so they can fall back on it. Okay, so not to fret, not to beat yourself up, but now is the time for you to start thinking about how can you create other streams of income. Okay. Okay, so I want to say this. I used to be a preschool teacher. So I have I love kids. Okay, so you want to use this opportunity as to not treat the kids as a burden, but rather take the time to enjoy being with them. Okay, you want to do arts and craft activities. You can do some cooking projects. You can watch some educational shows. You can play board games. Go back to basics. When I was young, video games. We didn't have internet. I'm that old. We didn't have internet. Okay, so we had to make do. We had to make fun with what we have. Okay, so use this as an opportunity to enjoy your kids. And then also in terms of the homework, because I understand that my son is grown, but I understand that some teachers they have given out packets of work for the students to do. So what I want to encourage you to do is space it out, or time, schedule the work, okay? So that you're not overwhelmed and you feel like that's all you're doing. Give your children some playtime. Don't just make them sit down all day, every day, just doing the work. They need at work, when they're at school, they have their work time, then they have their outdoor time, then they have their eat time, and then they also break down the subjects depending on what grade they're in, okay? Actually, no, not depending on what grade. Even in kindergarten, they have a certain amount of time that they do English, a certain amount of time they do math. So you want to break that up, okay? So enjoy your children, enjoy your family time. Even if you don't have kids, you want to enjoy that time watching movies together. You can play videos together. Just enjoy this time, okay? Pets. If you have pets, again, as I said before, take them out for a walk, throw some balls. One of the things I like to do is be in the bedroom, and I like to take the ball and throw it all the way to the other side of the home. Excuse me. Stay in the bedroom and throw it all the way across the hall to the other side, and then they go running out there and then bring it on back. Okay, so I play fetch even in the house. Okay. Okay, and then reach out to your family, your extended family. Make sure that they're okay. See if they need anything. Like, this is the time when family matters most, okay? See, especially the elderlies, the elder, folks. You want to make sure that they are all right, okay? So reach out. Say, hey, how you doing? Because some people okay, but then some people are really taking this quarantine thing. It's really hard for them because it's so especially the extroverts. See, I'm an introvert. I can stay in. I'm good, but I do need to get out, even if I go for a walk. But I don't have to be around people. You know what I mean? But some people thrive off that. Extroverts thrive off of people. Okay, so just you want to make sure that the people in your you want to reach out, sure that they are right. Okay. So let me recap and let me go back over what we're going to do in terms of our action item or the main thing that I want you to do. Okay. I want you to, again, write about and share your version of this pandemic. Okay. So you're going to write your account of what's happening today so that years from now, I should say, your grandkids, great grandkids, or whomever can read your account, and then also you may want to sell your story. So what I want you to do to make extra income, is I want you to grocery stores, and I want you to take a picture of the empty shelves. Take a picture of businesses around you that says that we're closed due to the COVID or however, of that sign, all businesses that are shut down. Take a picture of the or save some of the articles that are telling or sharing about concerts being canceled and sporting events being canceled. Take a picture of the buses being empty. Take a picture of walking around with their mask and their gloves on. I want you to write your story of what's happening in history today, okay? Right now. So I want you to, again, go into the stores. I want you to take pictures of, I don't know, some of you may work in hospitals. You can take pictures of people, the amount of people in the emergency rooms, okay? So you're going to write about you're going to write your version of what's happening today. Okay, and then like I said, some of you can sell it or you can just save it for your kids. Take a picture of the empty shelves in the stores. I was so shocked about that. So I can't say that enough. And then the businesses being shut down and things of that nature. I in my very first live. And I hope that you guys have got information, some valuable information to help you cope and to do great in this during this quarantine. Listen, we will get through this. Okay, you will get through this. Okay, you are strong. You are wonderful. You will get through this. Okay, but these are some things that you can do to help you cope and to get through it successfully. Now, I'm going to try to do some of these, I guess, more often because I actually enjoyed it. But anyway, share your feedback if you like. I've shared the live. I'm going to save it in the group. But I hope those things were helpful to you. And again, don't forget to write your version of this pandemic. And I wonder if we can... No, I don't want to share it. I really don't want to share it. I don't want you guys to share it. I want this to be something that's personal for you and your kids and your family, or you can sell your story and your pictures separate or what have together, but make some money. But anyway, I want you to write your version of what's happening today in history, okay? Thank you so much, and I hope that this has been helpful to you. Thank you.